And now here comes the cool stuff, adding useful features to enhance your marketplace in just a few clicks with apps. So simply go to the App Store, and there you'll find tons of apps that will make your marketplace a lot easier and more fun to use. For instance, you can give your users the ability to have a wish list, so they can save their favorite listings. You can have a full-blown messaging system, so your users can talk to each other, or you can add a Google Map to the listings. So let's do that right away. We'll start off by installing the Wishlist plugin, so users can maintain a favorite list. To install this plugin, simply click on Install. Settings are pretty straightforward here. Enable the plugin, and then you can change the title that it used to identify the customer's wishlist link. So you could say, for instance, favorites, or maybe saved for later. And then you can change the text of the button that will be used to add a listing to the wish list. So we use the same thing as the field above. And you can change the button icon if you want it to be a heart icon, or star icon, a plus icon, or even no icon. So we'll keep it as a plus icon. You can change the button background color and the button text color. So we'll make it red with the white background. And if you want, you can customize the confirmation messages that are displayed to the user after an action. Hit save, and we're done. Now at the top of the App Store, you will see all your installed apps. Next, let's install the messaging system. It's called Inbox. Click on Install. And with this plugin, the settings are even more simple. All you have to do is enable the plugin, customize the title if you want, and customize the contact button that will appear on the listings. But we'll leave it like this. And now let's go back to the App Store. Alright, now that it's done, let's add another useful app, the Add-on app. The Add-on app comes in handy when you want to allow your sellers to offer extras on top of a basic listing. For instance, on our digital services marketplace, say a seller has a logo design offer. The basic listing price includes one single logo. Well, with this app, the seller could add an extra offer, like 2 other variants or unlimited revisions, at an additional cost. So a buyer can come on the listing and decide to purchase only the basic version or add the extra options on top. So let's configure it and see how it looks like. So we enable it. And next you have a few options to control how the add-ons will look like on the listing page. For the first setting, we'll select the sidebar position. We want it to look like this. You can see an example of add-on in the sidebar here. And the rest of the settings here are for the listing creation form. So you can customize the section's title in the form. You can also add a little description to help your users. Next, you can customize the different labels that will appear in the form. And for the last setting, since we're dealing with digital services and not products, we'll simply choose no quantity. Click Save. And we're done configuring this add-on. Now let's go and install the next add-on. The next add-on we're going to install is Google Maps. So when a seller creates a listing, they will be able to provide their location information. So let's go over and click Install. So enable it, and then provide your Google Maps API key. You will find your Google Maps API key on the Google Developers Support website. And the next settings are for how the map is going to display by default. So the default latitude and the default longitude. And you can also specify the default zoom level. The next settings allow you to configure what will be suggested when the seller starts typing their location in the form field. So you can choose the suggestions to be cities, regions, full addresses, or geocodes. And finally, the last setting allows you to choose specific countries from which the suggestions will be retrieved. So for instance, if your users are only in the United States, just pick United States. You can select one or several countries. And if your marketplace is global, simply leave the field blank. Let's save our changes, and we're done. The next app we'll install is the More Pictures app. And you guessed it, this app will allow sellers to upload more pictures when they create a listing. So let's go over and install it. And all you have to do here is to enable the app. Once it's enabled, the users will automatically have the ability to upload more pictures. Now let's go ahead and click Save Changes. And now go back to the App Store. The next thing we want to do is to enable our visitors to share the listings on our marketplace. So the best way to do that is to install the Social Share app. So the configuration is pretty straightforward. You just have to enable the app, and then you can customize the sharing section title. So we'll use Share This Gig. And you can select different sharing icon sizes, small, normal, or big. And finally, simply select which social networks you want to have share buttons for. Here by default we have Facebook, Twitter, and email share buttons. Let's add Google+. Nah, I'm just kidding. No one uses it anymore. But we could add LinkedIn. And maybe Reddit too. Alright, now let's click Save. And we're good with the Social Share app. The last app we want to install is the Listing Tags app. There's literally no configuration. And once you just enable the Listing Tags app, when creating a new listing, users will be able to specify tags. And with the help of these tags, just like Twitter or Facebook tags, the visitors will be able to find listings more easily.